How does Satan bruise the seed of the woman? Then one of the 12, called Judas Iscariot, went to the chief priests and said, "What are you willing to give me if I deliver him to you?" And they counted out to him 30 pieces of silver. So from that time, he sought opportunity to betray him. Now his betrayer had given them a sign, saying, "Whomever I kiss, he is the one. Seize him." Immediately he went up to Jesus and said, "Greetings, Rabbi," and kissed him. How does Satan bruise the seed of the woman? So then Pilate took Jesus and scourged him. And the soldiers twisted a crown of thorns, and put it on his head. And they put on him a purple robe. Then they said, "Hail, King of the Jews!" And they struck him with their hands. How does Satan bruise the seed of the woman? And the high priest arose, and said to him, "Do you answer nothing? What is it these men testify against you?" But Jesus kept silent. And the high priest answered and said to him, "I put you under oath, by the living God. Tell us if you are the Christ, the Son of God." Jesus said to him, "It is as you said. Nevertheless, I say to you, hereafter you will see the Son of Man, sitting at the right hand of the power, and coming on the clouds of heaven." Then the high priest tore his clothes, saying, "He has spoken blasphemy. What further need do we have of witnesses? Look, now you have heard his blasphemy. What do you think?" They answered and said, "He is deserving of death." How does Satan bruise the seed of the woman? Then the high priest tore his clothes, saying, "He has spoken blasphemy. What further need do we have of witnesses? Look, now you have heard his blasphemy. What do you think?" They answered and said, "He is deserving of death." Then they spat in his face and beat him. And others struck him with the palms of their hands, saying, "Prophesy to us, Christ. Who is the one who struck you?" How does Satan bruise the seed of the woman? Now Peter sat outside, in the courtyard. And a servant girl came to him, saying, "You also were with Jesus of Galilee." But he denied it before them all, saying, "I do not know what you are saying." And when he had gone out to the gateway, another girl saw him, and said to those who were there, "This fellow also was with Jesus of Nazareth." But again, he denied with an oath, "I do not know the man." And a little later those who stood by, came up and said to Peter, "Surely you also are one of them? For your speech betrays you." Then he began to curse and swear, saying, "I do not know the man." Immediately a rooster crowed. And Peter remembered the word of Jesus, who had said to him, "Before the rooster crows, you will deny me 3 times." So he went out and wept bitterly. How does Satan bruise the seed of the woman? Now at the feast, the governor was accustomed to releasing to the multitude one prisoner, whom they wished. And at that time, they had a notorious prisoner, called Barabbas. Therefore, when they had gathered together, Pilate said to them, "Whom do you want me to release to you? Barabbas, or Jesus who is called Christ?" For he knew that they had handed him over because of envy. While he was sitting on the judgment seat, his wife sent to him, saying, "Have nothing to do with that just man, for I have suffered many things today in a dream because of him." But the chief priests and elders persuaded the multitudes that they should ask for Barabbas, and destroy Jesus. The governor answered and said to them, "Which of the 2 do you want me to release to you?" They said, "Barabbas." Pilate said to them, "What then shall I do with Jesus who is called Christ?" They all said to him, "Let him be crucified." Then the governor said, "Why? What evil has he done?" How does Satan bruise the seed of the woman? And when they had mocked him, they took the robe off him, put his own clothes on him, and led him away to be crucified. How does Satan bruise the seed of the woman? And the soldiers twisted a crown of thorns, and put it on his head. And they put on him a purple robe. How does Satan bruise the seed of the woman? Now from the 6th hour, until the 9th hour, there was darkness over all the land. And about the 9th hour, Jesus cried out with a loud voice, saying, Eli, Eli, lama sabachthani? That is, my God, why have you forsaken me? How does Satan bruise the seed of the woman? Who won the battle? Inasmuch then, as the children have partaken of flesh and blood, he himself likewise shared in the same, that through death, he might destroy him who had the power of death, that is, the devil. Who won the battle? The war has been won, but is the battle still going on? These things I have spoken to you, that in me, you may have peace. In the world you will have tribulation. But be of good cheer, I have overcome the world. The war has been won, but is the battle still going on? Yes, the battle has been won. But the war is still going on. By nature we are all the seed of the serpent. By grace, we may become the seed of the woman. Jesus said to him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me.